G'day folks, Park here and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 slow roleplay, the Galician Son. So we've just been given a unpressed claim here on the Sheikhdom of Visu down here. It does give us an idea of what the numbers would be if we were to declare war, because obviously declare war here would also mean that we pulls in the entirety of the heathens to the south, the Alundians and Andalusius. Yes, so we can see that we would have the numbers with our allies, even against them and their allies. And if 200 golds, they might be able to hire mercenaries. I think the same would be for us though. And it could be an interesting little, maybe a catalyst to try and push into those lands. So it is there now in our back pocket. But like I mentioned at the end of the last episode, and in the comments as well in the last episode, let me know why I don't think we can declare holy wars against, the heathens. However, I think it might be because our piety might be too low and we need to get to that paragon of virtue. Not too sure. But let me know down below. So we were going to, we were going to plan a pilgrimage to Leon, I think it was, in the, up there, and we were unable to because our liege, he sent notice in the last episode that we were due to, he was going to visit us, so we can't do anything at this stage until that has commenced. I do wonder if he suspects something, because we are looking at, the pilgrimage was to seek the grace and the indulgences and blessing of our Lord as we push towards gaining independence. So we will see. We'll see how we go. We are now pushing at the end of January here. And my daughter, Lyle, you have learned another language, and we are going to now have you study High German, my dear. You should pick that up quite well, I think, Lyle. And yes, so go and learn that. May you live in harmony and content. I have been a good vassal, but surely understanding my subjects are my own too. Our current contract is very restrictive. Perhaps you would see it being more lenient. It seems I have little choice, so he has. Let's have a look at his, gained low levy contribution, okay. And contract negotiations have been blocked with user. He's used it to lower his levy contribution. Okay, that's not too bad at all. I think we can still get rid of him, and maybe time will show us that is right. So we are going to keep that up there. I don't know. Maybe we declare war down south before we go back to Asturias, but we don't have an alliance, so declaring war to the south, I don't think it will really help us. Although we could probably ask him to help us on that. We could probably actually. I wonder if we can. We are not going to up to date. I am tempted to use a hook to modify my contract, but we will hold on that for now. Again, we are waiting on his tour, so it does restrict us in what activities, because I wanted to do a pilgrimage available. So we are getting closer now to architect. We have divided attention, so our domain limit does now increase to level 2, which is quite nice here. So yeah. The foul pastures that we did start are now constructed in Santiago, and my question's prisoner has died as well. Let's spring up here. So we've got Cumbria, we're developing hamlets in Coruna as well. So Santiago has just done those. Now I did look at possible betrothals for Zilla, and I'll just show you. We didn't really find anyone at the time. We had a couple of French ladies here, Duchy of Aquitaine, a 6-year-old, and then just some county claims there, or counties, an earldom of Ormond, so the Duchy there, Salan, might be where she is 6, she is the daughter of the Duke. It would solidify an existing betrothal there. But we will see how we can designate a guardian now to her Matilda. So we will do that. We have got her going down the education focus. So let's see who we can get here in this. All right, for education. Yeah, I mean, my court tutor and physician, it just makes perfect sense. Though, to be honest, my courtier Assur would, I feel, might be a better benefit just because of what else he has. He's Asturian rather than French, so and he is Catholic. But I do believe our court physician, Peroni, she has served us well. So we will ask you to educate our child. And at the same time, my dear, we will ask you to study the Vok language there. I believe we still have Zilla learning a language. Yes, he is already studying a language as well. Remember last episode we did betroth Gabriella. So the grand tour, the king has arrived. At last, King Alfonso's entourage arrives at my gates, visiting Santiago on his tour of Asturias. The party's splendid garb and lofty presentation belay an ambition to awe me. As one of the most powerful vassals of the realm, it is little wonder he has come calling at my door. I am to host a luxurious dinner fit for a king, a chance to show Galician hospitality, and furnish his party with beds and entertainment. The only question is, do I open the gates and let him in? Welcome, my king, welcome. Pretend nobody is home. Our relationship between each other is strained. Has become strained over the years. Since I was young and he first asked me to convert to a stray faith. I do feel it is my duty, however, to host our king until our independence. I think this may be an idea. It's a possible... Yeah, we will welcome our king. We'll embrace him. And we will go on our pilgrimage. And then we will look to betray our king. It is time that we broke free from him. But perhaps by saying nobody is home, we could make that message very well and clear. We will do our duty for now. Welcome, my king. Welcome. I've been making merry with King Alfonso. Our night thus far has been full of drunken delights and japes. Although perhaps it would seem that I have been far too generous with my alcohol stores, as a servant discreetly informs me that every last drop of mead has been emptied. My liege sits impatiently at the other end of the table, red as a newborn, slamming his goblet against the table. Come, this night is young, where is the booze? Go to the local pub. I have no interest in making him my friend, but though it will happen. Refill the coffers. Become friends. Notice that we have now finished control there. We will get our guy to train the commanders. My son has learned the Georgian language. Zilla, I will ask that you study whatever language this is in your diplomacy education. Continues. My friend King Alfonso has at last turned in for the night and is resting peacefully in his room, no doubt dreaming of further emptying my stores of all food and drink I have left. This is perhaps a good opportunity to surprise my liege. Perhaps some late night entertainment or something pleasant for him to wake up to. Maybe a concubine's touch that goes against my beliefs. We are aware of his adulterous ways. We can get another hook on our king. Perhaps some more mead would do. Those go against my zealous nature. Though they go against our zealous nature, we know what he is. We know that he is definitely an adulterer and lustful. Spy Master has more than made this clear. Though it goes against me because I am zealous, I believe perhaps a concubine's touch is a way to go. We can probably get that hook. I do think for this we need to bring in the dice roll. Mead is always a fine gift. We will gain some stress about this. It's time for King Alfonso to depart, and I must say I feel I've been Magnus's host. However, it seems that the king did not believe that my hosting was enough and has made a demand of me. He demands that I kneel before him in front of my entire court, demonstrating my submission to the crown. I will do no such thing. Perhaps this is what we need to do. Perhaps the pilgrimage is not the way to go. Perhaps the nature of us, the beast, is the way to go. How can he not believe I was enough? We will not do it. We will not submit. We are going to push ahead. Once our king has left and returned home, it will be clear now. Or is that the word of the devil in my ears? I am torn. Perhaps a trip to the markets with my dear wife will bring some clarity to my mind. While the market stalls, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt, how do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local smith, good steel, a sound investment, my wife suddenly appears at my side. A word of advice, husband. Have a look at the jeweller's store over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. You could invest in the smithy. This will give us gold maintenance of minus 10%, which, well, I think could come in handy. The holding of Santiago will give us 10% holding taxes, and maybe the jeweler, as my wife has asked us to look into. We get the workshop investment, which gives me 5% prestige, and Santiago will get 20% of taxes. With what is on the horizon, my dear wife, forgive me, I do believe for now, though your idea is truly the best idea, in the long term I feel for what we need now, of what is coming on the horizon, which is clearly now on the horizon. We will invest in the smithy. We will not petition our liege. Dear Lyle, with my leave, my daughter Lyle and her wet nurse parade into my chamber. Brigida poses like a herald and proclaims, "My liege, you witness a monumental occasion. Lyle has a mighty gift to offer you." She nudges her forward. "Go ahead, Lyle. Tell him." "Father, I lost a tooth." My daughter proudly presents her toothless smile, handing me a pouch with the fallen tooth inside. "Oh, dear Lyle, you are rowdy, although you are still feeble. I too hope you grow out of that, though it looks like you will not. You know, Lyle, it is lovely, but keep your tooth as a good charm. I believe you may need that in the future." The time is now. We will assemble the council. It is time to declare independence. Oh, dear sweet Gabriella. I am proud to see my daughter no longer as a child but as an adult, Always the clever child, Gabriella proved time and time again over the course of her studies that she has a natural affinity for careful planning and more than a little misdirection. She now knows a lot of ways to get what she wants. Most importantly, she is highly aware of the political implications of those wants. Oh, Gabriella, you have grown fast. You have gained a trait, intricate web weaver. We will let... You have done well, my daughter. You are fickle, compassionate, and just. And as an intricate web weaver, I'm proud of you, my daughter. She is betrothed, and in a couple of years that should gain fruition. My liege, Lothar has been significantly improved. We are going to blackmail him. As I patiently await the fetching of my clothes, a servant stutters, my lord, no one can find your garments. I'm surrounded by incompetence. I mutter, stopping from my bedchamber. It's in the nursery of my daughter, Hermesinda, that I discovered not only my raiments, but also the girl's wet nurse. I had no part in it, my liege. She dressed herself, responds Briganda with a giggle. Oh, little scoundrel. Do we have a princess of fashion, perhaps? I don't have time for this. I do not have time for this. Oh, you're a little scoundrel, Hermesinda. You little scoundrel. So the time has come. We will forego a pilgrimage. The deeds of our liege at the end of the feast were enough for me to understand and acknowledge this must be done. It is time. It is time we declare war. War has been declared. Raise all armies. The war of independence has begun. We will call in Aquitaine. We will leave the other ones for now. Aquitaine accepts. The hamlets have been constructed in Coruna. An additional payment in a recent trade. I find myself in possession of a large herd of cattle. I've been assured that animals are of the highest quality, but the question is to what to be done with them. It's a beautiful herd, but it could be larger. If it's successful, Santiago will get the benefits of this. Armies will merge up to the north. Storga is under siege. This will be a tough battle. Our allies are on the way, I believe. They're slightly outnumbered. I am going to call in Capua and Mercia. This is a war that must be won at all costs. This is a war. This is a war to end all wars. Here come our allies. They have just disembarked. We will take it to them. The Battle of Independence has begun. The Battle of Lugo. The Liege has brought his troops in, but we still have the numbers against our Liege and his ally. We capture. Our commanders are being improved. We are going to besiege the capital of our Liege. Independence is upon us. The time is now. During one of our lessons to my daughter Menendez's chambers, I noticed a collection of rocks neatly displayed on a shelf. One of the stones stands out in the collection. It is quite rough, but upon closer inspection, there is a deeply red, brilliant hue contained within. She noticed my interest, picks it up and hands it over. You can have it, Father. You know, my child, you should study this one. Study upon this rock. So let us have a look at the first battle, the Battle of Lugo. Count Gisbert wounded Bator. He killed Baron. Bernardo, he was wounded. He slew a knight. Some names we could capture. Robert in the battle. The Battle of Lugo. The first Battle of Independence. That shall be remembered. Allies have arrived. We have been invited to a hunt. I will decline. Though I am not leading any troops, my focus must be on our troops. So much in need of doing in so little time. I do not know how I could cope if it had not been for Clemonda, my loving wife. She gives me comfort. She gives me comforting smiles and tells me that in the end it does not matter what I get done, but the important thing is that I am seen to be doing things. No one makes me smile like my dear Clemonda. My dear wife. Praise the Lord for you. Okay, Uganda is under siege. 8 months left. We are going to break the siege and come down here. I think we need to make sure we do not lose any land. The odds are now in our favour. The second battle of independence is upon us. We need to break them as much as we can. We need to break their forces as much as we can. That is why we will take these battles. It must be done. We must reduce their troop numbers. My liege is against King Louis of Aquitaine. He's in a separate war that could come in our favour. I still have the numbers. Well, we still have the numbers. We are in control. We can send a ransom for Duke Diego, and I believe we will. We have been asked to come to the war to join White's claim on the earldom of Hereford. We will accept, though right now we have other things, other priorities. Ransom has been accepted, and praise the Lord, my wife is pregnant. Vero is under siege. We may have to sacrifice. As I lean over the map in the council chamber, a sudden creak turns my head towards the door. My daughter, Hermisinda, appears in the hallway, walks into the room. She looks at me with an inscrutable look for a moment, then walks over to me, wrapping me in a tight hug. I look at her, a hidden tear in my eye, while my hand is stroking her hair in an effort to reciprocate the gesture. Oh, Amicinda, you are a good daughter. I am blessed with my daughters. Speaking of blessings, my daughter Gabriella can now marry. This proposal, the betrothal, will be accepted. I gladly accept your marriage proposal. Your daughter Gabriella and my son Raymond will be joined in holy matrimony. May God grant them long life and many children. We are losing my allies of Mercia. They have their own war. 3 more months left. We are going to lose Aveiro, but I feel the capital is of importance. We are an architect. We have gained a trait architect. Gives us lots of discounts. I feel next we may go down Avacurious. We are in 2 wars, though it shows 3. We did lose Aveiro. News of a free tenant renting some of my land in Porto has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to his meticulous planning. He wishes to use some of his profits to purchase a piece of my estate. Let's have a look at you, man. You are intelligent man. But Porto is mine, and mine alone. Choo! 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 Martin's sneezing is loud enough to attract the attention of everyone nearby, myself included. Some chuckle and others shake their head in disapproval as a reaction to this. I usually sneeze in 3s, he exclaims sheepishly. Apologies for that. Bless you. Sneezing is just part of everyday life, isn't it? It is. I've been presented with a gift, a wonderful crafted nutcracker, painted with vibrant colours and made to resemble my own image. It'll be useful for eating nuts, of course, but they also say it scares away evil spirits as it bares its nut-cracking teeth at them. Well then, let us go find some nuts to crack. Now let's find some nuts to crack. 2 days. We have Lugo is under siege. We have gained the capital, Lando. Oh no. Oh no. As I wait outside the birthing chamber, each minute feels like a lifetime. Claremonda's screams have ceased, with no infant's cry replaced it. Something is wrong. I can feel it in my bones. The door opens. The midwife's rich expression confirms all my fears. I am so very sorry, my lord. Your daughter? Oh no. They are both in heaven now. Why? Saint Bird, what have I done to deserve this? Duchess Claremonda, my daughter, had died. Perhaps I should have gone on the pilgrimage and sought the blessings. Is this his way of punishing me? May you rest your soul. And with that, We will leave it there. The Lord has punished me for... We are in the midst of an independence war. One of our allies has raced home to defend his own realm or take what is his. And we have committed to helping, though we will do so if we can. Right now our focus is on the independence. Our heartbreaking news of the passing of my wife and unborn child will haunt me. I fear that by not going on the pilgrimage and jumping to allowing those actions of my liege to force my hand without consulting, without seeking his blessings. Those voices, those emotions, the wrathfulness, they were not those of the Lord telling me. I am more clear now that that was in fact the Satan, the evilness of Lucifer. And I believed it was that of my Lord. And for not seeking the indulgences and his blessings and the independence, he has now taken what is dear to me, and that is my wife. We are a family in mourning. This war of independence will now be fought not only for the independence of Galicia and the formation of Portugal, but in the memory of Claremonda and my unborn child. I will never stray from the path of my Lord again. I will seek solace in the church, say my prayers, and ask for forgiveness and blessings in this war. And once we have attained what I believe is my appointed destiny of Portugal, I will do nothing but simply commit my entirety of being to his service. I must be steadfast. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we will leave it there. Thank you for joining me in somewhat slightly longer episode. We have finally done it. The War of Independence. But at what cost? A big cost. I want to thank you all for joining me today. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, Son of Galicia and Pakira. Kia kaha.